How's it going, everyone? My name is Nick and thank you so much for joining me on the Roads Way South channel. You're finding me in a particularly good mood this morning. As you can see, the sun is out and the weather isn't too bad. We found a quiet spot out of the wind, but I'm also so excited to show you guys the car that we'll be reviewing today and just sharing that with all of you, and I'm very, very excited. But before we get to that, I need to introduce everyone to the video. Obviously, you guys know Branden by now.
Morning, everybody.
How's it going?
Lekker, good.
Yeah, it hasn't...
excited for today.
Yeah, same. I really can't wait. Luckily, you haven't been away from the channel too long. You were on the previous video.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that today is going to be even more fun than that video was, to be honest. It's going to be tricky, but we'll make it work. Then, funny enough, our guest for today is also called James.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us on the channel, James. How's it going? How are you?
It's going well, and with you?
No, proper. I mean, seeing what we're going to be reviewing today makes me all the more excited. Funny enough, the two of you have actually known each other a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, it's about 10, just under 10 years now. We started together, and then from there we kept on building a relationship. And yeah, this man has been in my life for 10 years, and couldn't be happier.
That's
a man.
That's great. And now we've got him on the channel as well. I'm thinking about it. I think the last time I saw you was on one of the SA Talk runs when you were still driving the Fiesta ST150, the same car, or the generation before the car Branden used to own.
Correct, yeah.
You still have that car, right?
It's still my daily.
That's awesome though, but as exciting as that car might be, it's not the one we'll be showcasing today. And with all of that said, I think it's time that we introduce James's Nissan 350Z HR. Right, now that we've got the car there in shot behind us, we can finally get this going. I'm so thankful, man, that we can make this video with this car. It's been on my list for years now, so yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
I actually think this is probably one of the most iconic cars of our generation, like sitting proudly besides things like the Ford Mustang, Mazda MX-5 or the Golf GTI, just as a recognizable sports car. And for some of you, probably our age and maybe even a little bit older, you guys might remember nostalgically, this car was on the cover of Need for Speed Underground 2, which is like one of the most iconic PlayStation games of all time, especially car related. Let's just kick it off. Where the heck did you find this thing? Like, it is so scarce.
So, like you've mentioned, from Need for Speed, since I've played that game, basically my whole foundation of what I love with cars came from it. And I've been searching my whole life to finally not just afford, but just to find this rare car.
Yeah.
And I got in touch with a guy. He's all the way from Sandton in Gauteng. I got in contact with him, we chatted and stuff, and I flew up to him.
Hectic.
And I met the guy, a very cool guy. And yeah, here we are. Here we are in Cape Town.
That's amazing. So you flew all the way just to go look at a car that you might purchase, not even.
That's correct.
That's crazy, because I was thinking the story with the 86 driving to Mossel Bay was a stretch.
Yeah.
Gauteng is a lot farther than that, so that's incredible. It just shows how far you'd go for the type of things you love in this world, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, now to be honest, we're going to stay right here as we are because the wind all around us is quite terrible, and we just want to get the part out of the way where we talk about the exterior. Now, we mentioned it before, but this car behind us is actually the very scarce HR version of the 350Z, which is one of the last models. So while we're out here, what's different on this car that the 350 particularly didn't have?
So this one has unique rims, the bonnet bulge. The reason for that bulge is the engine was basically totally new design. Nissan clarified 80%, but I think it's more than that because it's totally different. And that's the reason for the bulge, which in my opinion makes the car stand out so
I also
much.
want to talk about that.
And then the HR also came with new headlights, and I'm not 100% sure about the tail lights, but I think they revised that in the rev up, which was the middle model of
Between the 350 and the HR.
Correct,
Oh, I see.
correct.
So it's either
Which-
with that or yours that the taillights
Yes,
are new.
Correct, which they made LED.
I want to get back to that bulge on the bonnet. In my opinion, that like took 4 years off the car. The HR bonnet looks so nice and proper. Maybe something that you'd actually put on as a custom mod, but that's factory. That's the way it came out.
Factory, yeah.
It's so
correct.
cool because it's functional too. Like you mentioned, the engine was upsized. Massive revision for a car that was at the end of its lifespan. But yeah, because of that upsize, they had to redesign the bonnet just to accommodate the bigger engine.
Yeah, it is insane. Like I said, they literally went from the previous model had a single air intake, and they went all out here with dual throttles.
Hectic.
It's crazy.
So much effort put into the car that was basically the last of its era.
So the tires is P1s at the front, P7s at the back, and it's a staggered setup. So
Pirellis, okay.
225, 245
Okay.
at the back. And my car luckily came with the Brembo upgrades, which I am so grateful for.
I love the color.
With all that power, you need to stop. And yeah, like you mentioned, the exhaust is not stock, it's custom. It was from RGM Motorsports in Johannesburg. So it is decatted, and from the decat all the way down, out, it's all brand new. Still has all the boxes, which is a bit sad for me because I want it louder, but it's tamed and it sounds good, like you will hear
Yeah,
later.
that's enough for the exterior. I think let's get out of the weather, inside the car, and talk a bit more. Ooh, okay, yes, now that we are out of the wind, we can sit comfortably and just talk about some of the interior elements of the 350Z HR. Do you say Z or Z?
Z.
Z, yeah, we need to because we're in South Africa, but Z just, it's got that little, you know. But yeah, let's talk about it. I think the thing that's the most apparent are these gauges. It really reminds me of the 370. It's nice to see where it initially came from. What do they read actually?
So the one on your left is volts, middle oil pressure, and the one to your right is a little one you can cycle through from kilometers per hour.
Oh, cool.
How much fuel you still have. You can set your ref limiter to when it must flash for you. Just basic stuff.
Nice.
Like that.
That's awesome. And then bells and whistles, what are we looking at? I know I'm going to assume that the HR's got like all of the best tech.
It has your standard electric windows. Sadly, only the driver's side is auto up and down.
Yeah, I can see buttons here that are familiar to my car. The heated seats.
That's correct.
You mentioned electronic seats as well.
That's correct. Mine again.
That's cool. I don't have that.
Forward and backwards electric, and the back thing also the same.
That's so cool.
Your side is only moving forward and backwards, sadly. So manual for the back.
Oh, I see. That's fine. That's fine.
On the steering wheel, you got your normal volume for the radio and for modes and to seek and stuff. And on the right side is your cruise control.
Oh, okay, cool. So it actually has cruise control as well.
That's correct.
Dude, you'll be surprised, but this has got actually a little bit more tech than there is in my car. I've got also the heated seats and the cruise control and whatnot. I don't have electric seats though. That's awesome. I don't have the gauges. I wish I had all temperature. That's cool. And this is a what, 2007 car?
That's correct.
That is crazy to think that all this was available then. Nissan really went all out with this model, it seems like. Then lastly, I just saw these massive speakers at the back here, Bose system. That's so cool. And then something very quirky that I haven't seen in years, a tape player that's with the Bose branding.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Have you used that ever?
No, I don't even know where to find tapes anymore, to be honest.
But yes, I know all of you didn't tune in just to hear us, you know, go on and on about interior elements and options. Let's get onto the road and experience this thing firsthand. And now for the very, very exciting part. The thing that all of us have been looking forward to, and hopping back into the car. Time to drive. So we are on the other side of the Franschhoek mountain pass, and the pass is nearly over, but while we still have a little bit of a stretch of road ahead of us, would you mind putting your foot down so we can actually hear and experience this car? Holy moly! That's swell! I had that moment where I had to go sit back. I was not expecting that. looked like. It feels like a turbo car. That's brilliant. I can't wait for the part. Oh. Wow. Damn. You were mentioning about weight. Can you feel it now on the bench? Do you know what it weighs roundabout?
I think about 1.4, 1.5 tons.
Yeah, 4 or 5, yeah, depending on fluids and so on. Okay, so onto the monster underneath the bonnet. You said we are looking at 3.5 liters of V6 magic. Do you know the power figures potentially? What are we looking at?
It gets about 228 kilowatts.
228.
And about 358 millimeters of torque.
Oh, that's actually very close to James's BMW, the stats wise.
Correct.
I know the power delivery is different.
So kilowatt wise, that's not. It's a good amount, but it's the torque that makes up to compete against the turbo.
Yeah, you feel it. Flip, you feel it.
And like this is why I've always I'm an NA guy.
Yeah.
And to me personally, I love NA.
Oh, that's magic.
To me, I love NA because it's instant, like you just saw.
Yeah.
Turbos, the new cars, yes, they've figured the magic out there.
Yeah, with twin turbos in.
But with older cars, you just can't. The feeling is not there. You have to wait.
Yeah, it swells and it
sometimes it's so aggressive that you can't control it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah. No, I fully agree there. The older cars are with the turbochargers and the lag. Damn, this is not what I was expecting. The way that it delivers the power. And now we are actually on the open road, so we can really feel what it's capable of, if you don't mind. That sounds incredible. Wow. That is so cool. 2007, man, they really know what they were doing. Yeah, dude, it is such a shame about the wind. Okay, so as you guys can clearly see, it's my turn to be behind the wheel. I am extremely excited. That's a heavy clutch, like you said, but let me get this thing started. Whoa, I do miss a big engine. Now, James was mentioning this car is a bit of a tricky one to get off the line. Let's hope I don't disappoint and stall the car. I can immediately feel the power.
Can you feel what I meant with the clutch?
Yeah.
It just kicks out, it's nice.
It's very similar in a lot of ways to the 86. I can also feel it like punishes you a little bit when you
mistakes.
Yeah, when you make mistakes and don't shift properly.
What I mean with the gearing and so on, and with the throttle as well, you'll feel it's very sensitive.
It is extremely sensitive. That's incredible. The brakes are also nice and sensitive.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now we've got a nice stretch ahead of us, no traffic, and 3.5 liters of goodness to play with. Oh man, I love the brakes.
They're good, eh?
A lot of confidence in them. It's good because Franschhoek is notorious, and you don't want to make any mistakes there. Downshifts are nice.
I love that sound, eh?
Okay, so there were some construction going on Franschhoek. There was a lot of damage here with the storms and everything. So I'll try and see where we can get out of the car on the safe bits. But essentially, like, here we go. Oh, it climbs so nicely through the revs.
So
here's where the brakes play an important role. I like the downshifts. I'm still not getting it perfect, but they're not as difficult as I thought.
And there's a sound, there's a reward.
The sound is the reward, definitely. I do agree though, the interior can maybe do with like a few more decibels.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the outside. There is noise, don't get me wrong, but you have to be quite high in the revs.
That is correct.
Oh. It's well balanced, I can feel. Steering is direct. There's a slight bit of numbness, like there are parts where I'm not sure what the wheels are doing, but overall, like it's a really good feel for the era this car comes from.
Correct.
That's good stuff, man.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I can't say thank you enough. We're always so blessed with the fact that people allow us to experience the car in this way. Having us drive it, that is an honor.
It's the best way.
Oh. Jeez. I'm trying not to sit on the red line all the time, but it's difficult not to downshift. That's such a good shift. Oh.
Because it's so high, you can just leave it in gear and
Yeah,
go.
that's where the high red line helps you. I can stay in
Wow,
second.
it's awesome. Compared to the ST, I wish the ST was the same. I would have enjoyed that car
Yeah.
a hell of a lot more.
Smaller engine though, so. And there's my first heel toe into second. The car's happy. I think one thing I need to do a bit better is on the upshifts is just put a little bit throttle down earlier,
Yeah.
because I'm jerking on my upshifts, which is ironic. The downshifts are easier. And now we've got traffic ahead of us, so for one last time. Oh, and I'm not even at the red line. That was like 6.8 thousand. Mega car. Just to give you guys an idea of how immediate the throttle on this is, we're in second, watch this. That is on the money. That is the quickest throttle response I've ever felt. But yeah, I can't hog this car all for myself. I think it's now time that we do some flybys and maybe have Branden hop behind the wheel so that we at least could get his thoughts on the car, because as clear as it is in the back, we've got no rear seat, so Branden unfortunately can't physically join us. He spent some time in the car this morning, but we'll get his 2 cents a little bit later. Whew, it's now reaching 1:30 in the afternoon. We've been out this morning since what, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Mental. And again, James has come all the way from Hermanus just to shoot with us today.
What a man.
I can't believe it. Thank you so much. I see you don't have the same sympathy I do because you know him very well.
Yeah. Give you a lot of
You're
shit.
just like, man up, man. You can do it again. No, we had a blast. I'm thankful the wind is a bit better here in town. We've had a real struggle with that today. I wanted to get some nice drone shots. Also, my stupid GoPro decided to switch itself on in somewhere in the night, and when I switched it on today, it was at 0% power. So all these exterior shots were done with that little gimbal thing, but we got the job done.
Should be good. We'll see.
But important things first. Any thoughts, Branden? You haven't been on the video now for a while because this is the first two-seater, strictly two-seater,
Yeah.
except for the 370 review. But I was the only one out that day. What can you tell us? How was the experience?
Man, oh man, it was so much fun. Like it completely blew my mind. Like what I thought and what I got was way more. And I think you also made that comment.
I'm along that same line.
And
Yeah.
it's incredible. And I mean, it's insane. It's very crisp. The rev is insane. I mean, as I'm picking up through the ratios of the gears, it just picks up and it goes. Like it's insane the long the ratios of
That's
each
the
gear.
big engine for you.
And it really goes. I mean, and the steering is incredible. I really enjoyed it. That was super fun.
That's-
That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm very along the same lines as you are. The throttle pickup, it's so responsive. I think the braking is super nice. And all of this said, about a car that's from 2007. You know, it's nearing almost 20 years old, that car,
I know.
and it still like feels like a modern way of going about. And
It's got electric seats. It's
Yeah.
got everything. It's got cruise control. I mean, it's insane. It's incredible. I was completely blown away.
and what's cool is it's the HR model. It's the one everyone
Yes.
wants, the one that's super scarce. I've seen 2 or maybe even 3 in my entire life on the road. This car is not to be found. I couldn't find one for sale, maybe at some of the specific sites, but where I looked, there was nothing. James, again, thank you so much, man.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
I wanted to ask you, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners, maybe about your plans going forward with the car?
Plans going forward, I'll definitely want to have some visual modifications for sure. And performance-wise, I don't think I'm going to scratch too much. It's all there.
Yeah.
You don't really need to scratch. Maybe like we commented earlier, the exhaust, maybe just open that up a bit. But performance-wise, that's it for me. And maybe a tune, just to get rid of that factory restrictions. But that's it for me, and my plan is this is staying with me till the day I'm dead.
Really?
If I can.
I don't blame you at all.
Really?
Keep it as a collector's item. I mean, why not? You know.
Because I mean, it is a dream come true. You said to us somewhere along the lines. So I'm very, very happy for you, and I'm glad you found a car that's as solid as this one is.
Thank you.
And I think this car's in very good hands. I think James is going to look after it properly.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, yeah, with all that said, with everything we said, was so much throughout the day. I hope we got everything and we gave this car, or put this car on the spotlight like it deserves to be. Because this has been a bucket list car for us to review.
Yeah, 100%.
Now it's been done. Yeah, the Need for
James is
Speed.
going to be jealous. Other James said he wasn't, yeah? Because he loves the Z.
He's like WhatsApping us, telling us to send pictures, but there's no time. We're on a strict time schedule today. But yeah, saying goodbye for now to the Need for Speed Underground 2 car.
Yes.
What a cool thing. I hope all of you have enjoyed this video. Please, if you have something similar, a video you want to shoot with us, DM us, come in contact. It's such a fun day out. It's always nice meeting new people for me. You know him.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys like the video, like down below, comment, subscribe, and we'll see all of you guys on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.